Hello, my name is Araceli Villegas, and I'm going to be talking to you about my service learning experience and a little bit about the interview with the teacher. I did my service learning hours in New Republic Elementary School. It's from the Santa Rita School District. And how I decided to do my hours in the school was because I was planning to do them in Soledad, but the school never got in contact with the school district back to us. So actually, when Roxanne came and did her presentation, it actually opened up the doors to actually go up and take a step forward and actually do something about and get an action to do my hours in another school. So I went to go talk to her. I got my fingerprints done, and she told me that a school that would be a good place for me to be placed in and help in was in New Republic with Mrs. Gail Spencer. And she mentioned to me that she was a really nice person and that she would be lovely for me to come in and help. So when I met up with Miss Spencer, she taught me about the Common Core standards that were supposed to be reached for the students. So she placed me in an intervention program, which we helped kids that had difficulties and were a little bit behind in their English. And that intervention program, I got placed into kindergarten and fourth grade, and I learned a lot from that intervention program. We helped out kids with sight words, completing sentences to paragraphs, learning how to sound out words, sound out letters, using them in a sentence. My experience in my kindergarten class was that when I used to go up to the classes, the kids that I helped in were like in back of the classroom. Kinder I usually got up to 5 students, mostly all girls. There was just about 2 boys, and there was one student in particular. Her name was Naomi that I actually saw a lot of progress in. She came in from Mexico and she knew nothing about English. No words. She couldn't spell out words, pronounce words, um, say the sounds of a letter. So it was a pretty challenge for me and the teacher to actually help out Naomi. Sight words that we did were words that ended and beginning with a vowel and it had a consonant in the middle. So, for example, we did dad. So every time we help out the students, we used to help them out sound the letter word D, A, and then we would try to help them out to say the words. So not only as an experience that I was able to teach them, but I actually learned from the students also. For example, for the sight word dad, when we had to tell them how to say dad, like sound it out was the d ad. They actually taught me how to sound it out. So it was pretty interesting for them to teach me something new, to teach me a technique to know how to sound out the words. So they used to go d ad and they go dad. So they were able to learn how to sound the letter out and say the whole word at the end. And it was a challenge to teach Naomi at kindergarten. But we did it at the end. And when I got placed into the fourth grade into the intervention program with the students that actually needed help, it was pretty an amazing experience to see that there's actually students from low income classes that don't get the extra help in their homes because their parents are usually not around. So it was a pretty intense thing to see that there are a lot of students that are struggling out, that need help not only in English but in other subjects, that they don't get an extra help. So that's why we're there to help them out. And it was a great. I felt good to be providing them with more extra more extra help for them so they could understand what they are doing. What I also learned from the service learning hours that is, you do get attached to students. For example, Naomi, I got really attached to her since I was working with her mostly one-on-one. And one thing that I learned, that was patience is a big thing. And Miss Spencer actually told us in her interview that patience is a key to success for the students. You need to have patience in order for you to help them out and to see progress, because you're not going to see progress from one day to another. It's going to take a long time. And that's what I saw with Naomi. And it gave me that satisfaction feeling that I actually did something good, because I saw progress in those 30 hours that I helped in Tuesdays and Thursdays that I used to go. I actually, from the beginning to the end that I was there, I actually saw progress in her. From not knowing how to say dad to actually using the word dad in a sentence, and that really helped, made me feel satisfied, and I actually did my job. Another thing that I would take from this course is mostly taking out and creating a lesson plan, because it's not easy. You need a lot of creativity to actually give out a set lesson plan. So the assignment that we had to do with the lesson plan actually helped me out as I did my service learning hours, because we had to, before we went into the intervention program, we had to sit with Miss Spencer, and we used to take a books so we could read to the teachers, but with the students, and develop their vocabulary, but also put out a lesson plan with the worksheet that would relate to it, so they could develop more vocabulary skills, writing skills. And it was a tough thing to do, but I would take that on and use it in my future. And I hope that whatever I learned, all those lesson plannings, patience, and seeing progress will help me out as I continue my career as to become a teacher. And I learned that this class actually pushed me more to actually become a teacher, because there's a lot of students that need good teachers, and I hope I do become a good teacher to a second grade class one day. And that's pretty much it. And I really like this class. Thank you.